What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Just a couple of minutes ago, actually, Samira, the newest champion in League of Legends, just went live on the live server. She is now a playable character in norms, in ranked, in whatever. So we want to get you guys ready to start climbing up the ranks, start abusing her, but also get ready to start playing against her as well, because she is a really high-paced, big outplay. Like, she's the super fun, crazy champion that a ton of people are going to be playing. So if you're interested in playing her, this is the video for you. We're going to be going over all of her abilities, her build, her rune page, everything that you need to be successful when headed into a ranked game. But also if you're learning about kind of just what she does, what her game plan is going to be, when she's strong, when she's not, and how you can best play against her, this video is also going to help you out a ton as well. We're just trying to help everybody prepare for the new champion coming out, hitting the live server. So again, so we can all gain some LP, because that's the goal around here. So first up, we're going to run through her abilities, and then again, we're going to go over rune page, we're going to go over build, we're going to go over when she's strong, when she's not, all that stuff. So here we go. First up is Daredevil Impulse, which is her passive. Samira builds a combo by dealing damage with attacks or abilities against enemy champions unique from the previous one. Each one increases her style from E to S, 6 total grades. Samira gains 3.5% movement speed per grade. So by the time she gets to S, she's going to be super fast. She's going to be flying around. She's going to have some mobility, which is good because she's a pretty short range AD carry. Samira's attacks in melee range deal additional magic damage increased up to 29 based on the target's missing health. Samira's attacks against enemies affected by immobilizing effects will dash her into the attack range and knock them up for half a second, which is pretty crazy. So we can kind of take a look what that looks like real quick. You can see as we just keep landing abilities, the style rank is going to keep increasing until we get all the way to S. Now we're way faster. We're really just flying around at this point. But yeah, pretty cool. Again, it's each unique ability, not each unique champion. So if I auto Q auto, that's 3. And I can keep hitting the same person as long as I keep using different abilities and autos and weaving them in and out. So that is a pretty important part of keeping her style rank up. Next up, we have her Q, which is called Flare. Samira fires a shot, dealing physical damage to the first enemy hit. If this ability is cast towards an enemy in melee range, Samira will instead slash with her sword, also dealing physical damage. We can take a look what that looks like. Here is her Q. You can see it's just a little shot. And then if we actually walk up into melee range, we get the sword slash, which is like this little cone. So this skill shot thing kind of looks interesting because you can see we have the projectile, and then we have the cone, and the projectile is obviously the ranged one, and the cone is going to be your melee version of it, which it's kind of weird to get the distance down. When does it consider melee? I'm trying to get a cone on both of them. Okay, there. She's really short range. Here's her auto. I mean, that's crazy because yeah, that's her auto range. But yeah, you gotta like really be on top of them. Then you also have to have somebody in the range of it too. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, you can get a cone. You can do like a little bit of AoE damage there. Next up, we have her W, which is Blade Whirl. Samira slashes around herself for 1 second, damaging enemies twice for physical damage each and destroying any enemy missiles that enter the area. So here is what that looks like. She just kind of dashes around twice like that. And this, when you have a projectile coming in at you, I know the videos have shown like a Xerath E or a Twisted Fate gold card or just any amount of CC or even abilities. Obviously, if it's something damaging as well, as long as it's a projectile that's about to hit you, you can just press W, and as long as it's in that circle, it gets destroyed. So that can be really big for if you're about to die, you're about to get hit by something that's going to kill you, you can do that. Or if you're about to be CC'd, obviously like a medium range AD carry, you really don't want to be getting CC'd, you don't want to be getting locked down, you don't want to be getting killed. You can use that ability as kind of a get out of jail free card, which is pretty crazy on a marksman, like, because that's how you stop short-range marksmen. You have to CC them, you have to blow them up, you have to use high-damaging abilities to kill them. And having this like little get-out-of-jail-free card, it's going to have a ton of skill compression, a ton of outplay potential, and it's going to allow her to really go in for some crazy plays because she can just block the first thing that comes her way. Obviously, this ability does have a 30-second cooldown at level 1, so you can't just be like using it willy-nilly or anything, but the potential is there for some huge big plays and some huge miss plays. And that's why she's going to be a really exciting champion. Her E is Wild Rush. Samira dashes through an enemy or an ally, slashing enemies she passes through, dealing magic damage and gaining 30% attack speed for 3 seconds. Enemy champion takedowns refresh Wild Rush's cooldown. So she's got some resets. She's going to be dashing around, making some big plays. Again, another really crazy ability that we wouldn't really traditionally see on a marksman, but that is pretty interesting. Next up, we have our ultimate, which is going to be called Inferno Trigger. Samira can only use this for current style rating is S, so that's something you do have to manage a little bit. And Samira unleashes a torrent of shots from her weapons, wildly shooting all enemies surrounding her 10 times over 2 seconds, each shot dealing physical damage and applying lifesteal. That's why, yeah, she can get a ton of healing and stuff, which is absolutely crazy. And then each shot can also critically strike. So first up, we need to make sure we get to our S rank. We have to land some abilities on these enemies, make sure they're unique, and then we get our ultimate, which again, she's just going to spin around and go crazy. And again, while she's doing that, she's applying lifesteal. Each of those shots can crit, so that is pretty insane. But yeah, now you know all of Samira's abilities. That's the breakdown. As far as the rune page, right now Conqueror is the best page on her. We're going Conqueror. This is with Triumph, but you can go Presence of Mind, and you honestly can go Overheal as well. She's really, really good with any of those three. I don't think you can go wrong there. Then I'm going Legend Alacrity for a little bit of attack speed, but again, Legend Tenacity could be playable. Legend Bloodline also could be really, really good as well. I'm going Alacrity. Bloodline is probably decent as well, though. And then I'm going Cut Down. And with this page, I'm going Second Wind and Revitalize. She does have a lot of ways to heal, especially since we're going to be going Death's Dance in the build. Second Wind can really help you be sustaining in lane because you're not that strong early, but you have a massive, massive power spike in the mid game. So you're really kind of trying to survive lane phase with a Doran shield, with a bunch of healing, with ways to stay safe with your W, and you have dashes and everything. And then once you hit that like 2-item power spike in the mid game, then that's really when you're trying to take over. You're not really trying to go for kills in lane or anything too much. As far as the build, there's a lot of different ways to go on her. There's a lot of different builds. I've seen some people go for like a Mana Moon or something. I think the best build is going to be, at least right away, again, she's going to get buffed and nerfed ton, or she's going to get changed. Right away, I think the best build is going to be something like this, with your core 3 items being Infinity Edge, into Essence Reaver, into Death's Dance. She's going to be really, really insane with Death's Dance. It's going to give you a ton of healing with your Revitalize, with your ultimate, with your Conqueror going. You're going to be really annoying and really hard to kill. Again, if they try and lock you down, you just hit that W on them real quick, and then they're not locking you down. There's nothing that they can do. But this build is going to be really, really good for her. It's going to give her some crit chance, some CDR, some healing. It's going to give you some defensive items, and it's going to make you be able to really just pop off and carry. She doesn't need like 100% crit chance or anything. She has plenty of damage. You don't need 40% CDR rush necessarily. This build gives you a little bit of everything. It's going to be very, very strong. It's going to give you a really, really nice 2-item power spike, and that's when you're going to be able to carry. She doesn't scale insanely well. She's not going to be like that late game hyper scaling AD carry that's just waiting for like 40 minutes or something. So once you get 1, 2, 3 items, you really got to start getting aggressive and start carrying. But then you're going to be in the right position to do that. She is going to be balanced as an AD carry, like an actual bot laner. People are saying, and I think too, she has really the kit of like a mid laner in some ways. I think she's going to be a really, really crazy, interesting mid laner, potentially even top laner. But Riot said if she gets away from AD carry too much, if she becomes primarily a solo laner, they are going to knock her back and start balancing her again around being an AD carry, being a bot laner. So that is primarily where she's going to be played and where you're going to want to be playing her. Maybe in the short term she'll be more overpowered in one of those lanes, but just know that if she does get overpowered as a different laner, she is going to be nerfed and she is going to be kind of restructured to being an AD carry. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing against her or playing as her. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. This was just kind of an all-encompassing Samira guide, getting you guys ready for, again, the release of this champion, which was just a few minutes ago. She's out on the live servers now. If you think she looks fun, if you think she looks exciting, go play her, go start gaining that LP. But if not, if you don't want to be playing her, definitely get ready for other people to be playing her, because she's a really, really fun and exciting champion, and I know people are really hyped up for her. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment down below. What do you think about Samira? Are you going to be trying her out? And if you do, let me know how that goes. Subscribe to update on my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.